Look, I'm not gonna say that this is the best family anime of all time, but I will imply it, as a family being fake make it feel just so real, and when it's done right, it just make it even more awesome. I have been rooting for this show since the manga dropped, and when they finally announced that there's going to be an anime version, you can guess it. I was equally excited and very hyped up for the anime, and damn, the anime blew all of my expectations away. It hits all of the point perfectly. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Neons. I'm a software developer who loves anime and manga and like to overanalyze it. Today we are going to talk about an anime called Spy X Family and what happened when a fake marriage / family done right and make the show 10 times more awesome than it already is, with its stellar animation and incredible sound design. Spy X Family is a story about Loid Forger, a master of disguise and a world's greatest spy who is on a mission to infiltrate the Yale Elementary School to get intel on a politician, as he is a great threat to the truce between East and West. Unfortunately for him, he must get married and have a child, and even worse, he must complete this in a matter of weeks. So Loid go to an orphanage and have to find a child that is smart enough and is actually a 6-year-old to enroll in the Yale Elementary School, and to his surprise, he found a child just that fit all of the description perfectly, who is smart and 6-year-old. But it actually turned out that this child is not ordinary at all, and she is a telepath who can read people's mind. Her name is Anya, and don't you think so too that she is very adorable and so cute? Anya used her ability to read Loid's mind and solve a crossword puzzle that shouldn't be possible for a child, which make Loid believe that she is a genius. Anya, being the TV obsessed 4-year-old she is, understand the world as only a child can, believing spy as superhero, world peace is attainable, and not really understanding the concept of death. Meaning when she heard that Loid is a spy, her brain assumed it would be a fun TV show, so she jumped to the chance for an overstimulation. The man with the shit plans realized that he need a wife, as at Yale Elementary School require both parents to actually attend the interview process, and yes, to go to the school you need to get an interview like an actual job, which goes to show you how elite the school is. Unfortunately for him, finding a woman who can fake being sophisticated, pretty, and willing to marry him under a week is a kind of charm that even the greatest spy can pull off. Luckily for Loid, the perfect package sneaked up on him. This is Yor, who is a mild-mannered city clerk but secretly an assassin who worked for the state. This hit woman had her work cut out for her, as on top of putting body to ground, she has to put up with her co-worker who thinks she is an oblivious dead, which she totally is. When your first instinct is to go for the head, it's not hard to see why coming up with a decent lie on the spot can be difficult, as for me, even the sort of lying is hard enough. Luckily, fate and the plot would drop a perfect alibi into Yor and Loid lab, with Yor needing a boyfriend for a party, while Loid need a wife for his mission. When Loid and Yor got chased by a bunch of bad guys, Yor revealed to Loid that why not both of them get married, as it is very convenient for them. Loid need a wife for his mission. Yor need a husband to hide her identity as an assassin and live a normal life. Loid did the most epic confession ever in anime history, with him using a fucking grenade pulling pin as a ring instead of an actual one, and with an epic explosion behind them no less. Loid, Anya, and Yor are wonderfully entertaining characters by themselves, especially Anya. But when you put them in the same room, they instantly begin to drag each other out of their respective comfort zone and into space where comedy happens. Loid has lived his entire life in a world of shadow and detached of any human attachment, relying on his own wits to survive, so simply being in the same room as other human beings that care for him and need him is unfamiliar territory by itself. And on top of that, his extremely important mission to stop the cover from going hot changes onto untrained stranger cost the meticulous planner no small quantity of comic concentration. But what really thrown him off his game is the fact that he actually really care a lot about Anya despite himself saying not so. Hey, if you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to leave a like for the algorithm and subscribe for more of this type of content. Comment down below if you have any anime you want me to make video on. Alright, back to the video. while he is carelessly used it and discarded countless pretty young socialites to maintain his disguise. Twilight likewise finds himself irresistibly drawn to his newly fake wife, Yor. How could he not be? She is just perfect. But also when you move past that superficial stuff, Loid and Yor have a lot in common, with how they both lead a secret double life in an effort to avoid the same world that left both of them as an orphan. Also, as a result of those tragic backstory, neither of them has any real experience with romance or normal family life, and that is the beauty of Spy-Age Family and what happens when fake marriage is done just right. Loid is extremely dishonest and guarded for obvious reasons. You need to push deep to connect with anything remotely authentic with this guy. Anya is able to slip past those defenses easily due to her ability to read his mind, but Yor is also quite adept at pulling his wall down because her life as a socially reclusive assassin has left her without much sense for boundaries or social norms that Twilight normally use to exploit and manipulate others. She is extremely and violently blunt sometimes, as only a naive, poor-hearted who has tasted human blood can be. Anya meanwhile possesses the bluntness of a precocious child, confident, direct, and frequently wrong about literally almost everything except the thing that she gleaned from her telepath, which would be a pretty big advantage for most people, but Anya sits in the same character build where she possesses an incredible power but only has about half the intelligence that she needs to use effectively. This is objectively the funniest kind of character you can put in a shonen anime, and in the specific context of Spy-Age Family, it allows Anya to act as the glue that binds the whole Forger family together and nudge the plot occasionally in positive direction without being overly capable that make her parent irrelevant to the whole plot. Each member of the Forger family has their own group of equally designed supporting characters who are purpose-built to play off their own unique character quirks and also have some fun interaction with the rest of the family. Twilight has his spy agency contact and his only real friend, Frankie, who also happens to be the only one character in the cast who can match Anya wit for wit, as well as the various rivals and enemies in the world of espionage. Your co-workers at her job are Kathy, cast straight out of an office sitcom that the socially stunted killer doesn't know how to deal with at all. That's pretty funny, but what's really funny and interesting is her little brother Yuri, who has a little bit of a sister complex scene going on, which creates some tension between him and Loid. Spy-Age Family is about a comedy group of unlikely people pretending to be a family, but underneath this expertly crafted joke and just insane and light-hearted scenario, Spy-Age Family is tugging at your heartstring as you watch them grow closer and turning this fake family into an actual one. As watching Loid opening up to everyone or Yor doing her best before doing another man his worst, is a recipe for the fear that just wouldn't work if this was just another typical story like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.